better.
there we go.
Very nice. Technical dueling.
That's what my name is now.
What?
Technical dueling.
No.
Tech duels.
You think that's going to catch on, do you?
No.
At Tech Duels. It's like a parody account.
And every single tweet is, have you tried turning it off?
It's an entire feed.
It's all
but
it
it's
is.
adding people.
It's just at like 1,000.
for hashtag tech
But it's
support.
like at IBM.
At Tech Duels.
At Tech Duels. Hit me up. Any of your problems.
I wouldn't listen to anyone's tech advice if they were at Tech Duels. It just doesn't sound trustworthy for tech, does it? For comedy, maybe.
No.
Duels,
Duels.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't
a
really
new DOS.
like the nickname Duels, to be honest.
You don't like it?
No.
Was it foisted upon you in the radio
When I played
industry?
footy. No.
Ah,
It's
right, footy.
from when I was under 6 football.
Yeah, right. Carl Chandler gave me Chatto. That's oh, it's stuck for me.
The Chan Man.
Chando.
Hey, we have a live show. You should come to
Yes.
it. It's at Caveat. If you are listening to this, it could be right now. So
It could be.
it could be.
Hopefully, you've listened to this before,
Yeah.
and you've come along. You've booked your tickets.
The 9th, April the 9th at 9 p.m.
Tuesday, April 9th, 9 p.m. Big celebrity special guest, and it's going to be great. We really need you
I
to.
think it may have gotten out because the tickets are moving quickly.
What
Like
do you
I
mean
feel like
Oh, people are-
I feel like people have kind of put 2 and 2 together.
I've told my wife. That's it.
Can you do that in Borat voice, please? Otherwise,
I've told my wife.
did you see the Australian Prime Minister do a Borat impression in Parliament?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, this is why I don't.
Yeah.
watch-
I renounced my citizenship.
Oh my God! What happened? This is ScoMo.
Oh, he did a very nice or something about the budget and
What?
in Parliament. So it's
Wow.
someone wrote
Hansard.
it's the first Borat reference in Hansard for our American and foreign. Hansard is the record of everything that's said in the Houses of
Yeah,
Parliament.
there's someone who sits there like a stenographer, writes everything that is said on the record, and she would have had to put in parentheses in Borat voice.
I think it
Very
would have been. I
nice.
think it would have been star Borat voice star.
Yeah, nice. Star, dickhead, star.
yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm in Hansard.
Really?
Yeah, there was a
Why?
Senate estimates thing about something that I'd done on Triple J.
Ah, Tech Duels. Yeah.
Tech tools. I was giving out dodgy tech advice to teens.
When do you appear?
Incognito mode's a great way to masterbate. It's like, so that's in Hansard. That's so there's going to be a quick episode. We're going to do suggestions ahead of the
live pod.
live pod.
Yeah. It's funny because we do get a lot of suggestions. We end up getting like a backlog. So, because we can't get to them all every week. So, thank you for sending in your suggestions. You can send them in via facebook.com/itsitpodcast or bugger it, just DM me on Instagram. I don't care.
Also, if you do have a suggestion and you're coming on Tuesday night, tell us because we might do some audience.
Yeah, we'll throw to the audience.
Do
for
a bit
some
of crowd
suggestions.
work.
Bit of crowd up top. Beautiful. So there is the first one is from T_Ritz28.
Oh.
All right. Saying, all right, it's the year.
Where do you rank the T Ritzes? I mean, I know you've got your top 30. Where do you put? Because I put T_Ritz 28 around the teens.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah. I mean, T_Ritz 5 is, it's always number 1 and Daylight's at number 2.
That
But
is damning from
Yeah.
Tech Duels. Okay, so here's a suggestion. Is there something in this?
Yeah.
Year 3000,
Sure.
future archaeologists uncover the great pyramid schemes of the 21st century social media platforms.
It's such a great Futurama joke, isn't it? That's such a nice joke.
Yeah. It's like, wait, is that Amway? Wait a second. Nutrilife?
Yeah.
What are the other pyramid schemes?
Herbalife.
Herbalife, that's what it is.
There's always makeup ones.
Yeah, oh, yeah. They keep changing the name when they get found out. And they go, oh, it's not Amway. No, it's called A2K.
Yeah, it's called something now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
should, no, it's called A. But it's you've still got some Amway labels on the products.
Yeah.
Well, that's the old stock. So.
We showed this to 4 scientists. What?
Which
Is
one?
that the end of the sentence? What did the scientists say? We showed it to 4. And I don't think you get to 4 scientists without knowing a thing or two about pimples.
That's pretty much all the advice I need. That's all the what do you call it? Scientific evidence.
Yeah.
All right.
The other thing that they do as well is, the guy that found this is a multimillionaire. Yeah, because dickheads like you. It's not a good product. He's
No.
just convinced you
Money,
to now sell it.
I think by now we've figured out that money is no measure of a man.
Oh, but it's still being used
yeah,
as...
of course it is.
And billionaire John Smith said this.
Right.
And everyone's,
Well,
shh. Quiet, honey, the billionaire's talking.
Yeah,
And then he says something like, women shouldn't be allowed access to drinking water. You're like, whoa. Hey, listen, if he wasn't a billionaire, that would be crazy.
he must know a thing or two.
I don't
though.
think, yeah.
He's made a buck in his
Yeah,
life.
yeah, exactly.
He must know
So
something.
how'd you make your money? Well, my dad died.
You know what?
Wait, is that the end of the sentence?
We showed some.
We showed 4 signs as my dead dad, and now I'm rich.
Do you remember Dick Smith was a millionaire in Australia?
Outspoken entrepreneur Dick Smith.
Yeah, and I
But
remember.
that was, doesn't this show just to sorry to cut you off before you go in. It shows how quaint our idea of rich was in Australia compared because living in America now,
Yeah.
it's like there's dogs that have more money than you and I will ever have in our
Billionaire
entire lives.
dogs.
Like They're just
Episode
born
titled
in the
Billionaire
right
Dogs.
place. Would watch that show on TLC, by the way.
Billionaire
Billionaire dogs.
Coming up next, Billionaire Dogs.
And the dog like turning its nose up at ice cream. Momo doesn't like mocha.
Sorry, get going.
So, but how like every time because now it's like billionaire John Smith said this.
Right.
Dick Smith was he owns a helicopter. That was
Yeah.
all it took.
That was it. And
Yeah.
he had $1 million.
Yeah, he had $1 million.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
He was selling Ataris and he had his own helicopter. And we're like, good enough for me. Lay some truth this way, Dickie boy.
Wasn't it some biscuits as well? Some kind of
He was
Anzac
always
biscuits or
doing
something?
off-brand versions of things.
Yeah. But Australian made.
Yeah, that's
That was
right.
his big push. Australian made. And I remember thinking at the time, geez, he knows a thing or two.
Yeah, exactly. He owns a helicopter.
Musto has a helicopter. You see him in the helicopter doing a press conference.
Yes. Guy, the 4th runner-up on The Bachelorette owns a helicopter now. Like, it's not a big deal.
It's all drones.
Yeah,
now anyway. They've got their own personal drones. All right.
Sorry, I cut you off on your Dick Smith story.
No, that was kind of what it was that we thought. I remember thinking, boy, he's smart, isn't he? That Dick Smith, he could run for president.
Well, the big glasses also tricked it. I mean,
Yeah.
he was running a number of angles on us, and we fell for every one of them.
He's a Dick Smith. He really had like he was a con man, a confidence man in the old sense of the word.
I don't think he was a con
No,
man. He was a very
confidence man.
successful
No, like
businessman in his
he
own
could
right.
sell you. He could sell Frigidaires to polar bears. That kind of confidence.
Also, like if I was in porn, gay porn,
Okay, this
My
is the kind of
name-
stuff you can
my
expect to see
name-
at the live pod.
my name would be Dick Smith. Like he's a real Dick Smith. He knows his way around that whole. Yeah. One of the great Dick Smiths of our time.
I just love that. If I was in porn, gay porn, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff you'll see at the live pod. This is the kind of topics you'll see. All right, next one comes from Tim Mellish. Hello, Jason and Scott. It's very formal.
Yeah.
Chatto and Duels.
No, don't call me Dawes. I don't like it.
At Tech Duels and Jason _Chatfield.
This I will accept.
Hope you can tidy it up. Oh, great. So it's going to be a mess. Is there something in this? Thanks, Tim. A middle-aged gent making his way through his backyard to the doghouse in his PJs, complete with pillow under his arm. Silhouette of the wife watching from bedroom window.
Yep.
His dog boldly assuring him with, mate, you won't do better on Airbnb. So he's convincing him that the doghouse, of course, is better than Airbnb.
Yeah.
So how do we tidy this one up? He said, ciao, Tim. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, you had me till chow, Tim.
Had me till ciao. Had me at hello, had me till ciao.
I'm going to Italy.
You're going to Italy?
Yeah. I've already
Jet-setting
I've
lifestyle.
already cleared it with Usher. We've got a wedding over there in July. And I've
okay.
already cleared it. Like, I'm in heavy negotiations with Usher.
Yeah. Protracted
when
negotiation.
it's really like, listen, they got to the Treaty of Versailles quicker than we've gotten to this.
I love a protracted spousal negotiation.
Yeah, it's really happening.
Yeah.
which is how many times I can use the term "when in Rome" when we're in Rome.
How many are you up to?
I've shot for 30.
What's she coming in at?
She's coming in at like 2.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We're a long way apart.
Yeah.
And this could be...
I don't know where you're going to arrive at this one. I mean, you can take...
If I can get mid-teens,
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
be like,
You
all
can have
right.
some of Germany and some of Russia.
Yeah.
This is a delicate negotiation. I think you're going to arrive closer to hers than yours.
Oh, yeah.
And that means you're going to have to use them very
Well,
carefully.
what I want to do is get her a clicker so it becomes
Yeah.
like a game.
Nice. Like
That'll buy me 3 or 4.
the novelty alone.
Yeah, exactly.
You, my friend,
Yeah.
are quite the salesman.
That's right.
You could be a millionaire.
I could be,
Then
but
I'd
this has
listen
got
to you more.
this has got Danzig written all over it, and we're going to go to war over something different about.
With the idea of the doghouse, there's obviously the doghouse. It's a very old.
It's a bit of an
50s
old
kind
cat
of trope.
lady trope, isn't it? I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know if
it's kind of bickering, spousal sort of arguments that end up with the guy in the doghouse. I do love a talking dog. I'll give you that.
yeah.
That's a good one. But I'm not sure about the dog saying you'll do better than Airbnb. You won't do better on Airbnb.
Feels like a couple of ideas kind of being
yeah,
just thrown together.
Yeah. So there's something there, but I don't know what it is. It could be something, could be nothing.
Well, let's try
yeah.
to figure out. So the guy's been kicked out of the home, which is a bit
Yes.
kind of Fred and Wilma.
Silhouette of the wife
Hand
in a
on
window,
hips.
hand on hips.
There you go.
the
Hair in hot rollers. The classic.
rolling pin.
Rolling pin.
Just-
Tapping foot.
We've just written a Blondie comic.
Tapping foot. Maybe struggling with hat boxes because she's also been shopping. I don't know.
I love it. He's wearing the full PJs with the pocket,
There's a piping hot roast chicken on the table.
a pumpkin pie on the windowsill, and he's got a pipe.
He's got a pipe.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
This is why they pay us the big bucks.
Yeah. And and you know, this is the thing about this. We've gone from this Airbnb joke
Yeah.
to realistically, we are 2 moves away from at best playful racism. You know what I mean? You can just see,
one
and then an
diagonal.
Asian guy with a flapping dickie comes in. You're, oh, okay, let's.
That bodes well.
We showed this racist caricature to 4 scientists.
And 1 billionaire.
So he's been. I don't mind the idea of dogs renting out.
Yeah. Well, maybe dogs renting out the doghouse to the dog when an Airbnb family comes to visit. So when a family visits an Airbnb, the dog also has his own Airbnb.
Oh yeah,
But it's the dog with his own
I mean,
account.
it's almost like an Airbnb ad.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I did
You know,
get-
kind of it's like
yeah.
a funny twist. On
There's an odd thing that you can mention sort of topical cultural references, but as soon as you start using brand names, you've got to be very careful as far as publishing jokes about them. In Mad, it's not so much because it's usually parody, but in the New Yorker, they get a bit funny about using Google or Apple or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Specifically, especially logos like Seamless or anything like that. Seamless
Sure.
is like, Deliveroo,
yeah, we had
whatever.
a couple of seamless.
Yeah, they got
jokes
kind of nixed because they were like, you can't use the brand name. It's like, oh, all right, well, because there have been Google jokes
They've
in the
become
mag.
ubiquitous.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's a part of the zeitgeist. Yet they still advertise in the magazine, so it becomes difficult to lay it out in the. So a consideration.
Sure. Because a lot you see a lot of advertisers
Yes.
use the New Yorker cartoon
Absolutely.
format to.
So it has to be distinct from the ads that use cartoonists, which is separate, by the way. I mean, they are separate contracts. The advertisers approach them.
Yeah, no, and good on them.
Yeah, but
And I would just like to say, Jason and I are very approachable. When I say we're not above selling out, I'm saying we want to.
I want my fucking helicopter.
Yeah. In fact, we'll knock up an ad for you right now. Right now. Just
Okay,
give us
all right.
let's just name a product.
Jerry's spatulas.
Jerry's spatulas. Okay.
Are you sick of? You've got.
Oh, are
you
you
got to
sick
frame it. You got to frame it in. You're offering them something to make their life better. That's advertising, right? So, are you sick of having to scrape up your dog poo with your?
Wait, this is your cartoon.
It's someone using a spatula
I know it.
instead of their hand in a bag. You know the bag hand picking up poo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the guy who brings people coffee in the advertising agency giving a pitch.
Yeah, and I'd be like,
get out.
And I'd also say, don't touch my coffee anymore.
I'm not drinking that.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, and I'm not.
I'll have a tea.
So Jerry's spatulas.
Jerry's spatulas. Let's see the cogs turning in the old Dulcimer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go.
So it's
we didn't cut that, by the way. This is exactly how long it's to come up with.
So it's a cake,
Got
right?
it. Okay.
And there's a bunch of dudes around the cake. It's a stripper. Stripper's coming out of the cake.
There you go.
Except what comes out of the cake? One of Jerry's spatulas.
Classic. And they're really happy about it.
Because it's a spatula
Because
party.
it's a spatula party. Hello. I'll take that. Right to the bank. Brilliant.
And I would like to say, Jerry, we'll see you in court.
Okay, I'm actually drawing that. There is no way that I'm not, and I'll show it on the night on the live pod.
No,
I'll surprise
don't
you.
show
I'm
that.
not going to show you until the night of the live pod. All right, next one's from Tom Rossell. R-O-double-L. No, R-O-double-S-E-double-L.
What are you doxing these people?
I don't know.
You're like anonymous.
I know, right? You know what's even worse? You and Tom aren't connected on Facebook. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
He's from Victoria, Shepparton. All right.
Shepparton.
Hi, legends. Love him. I had a follow-up on Chaddo's Shakespeare lit gag from the recent episode.
Oh yeah. What was the joke? It was
Shakespeare writing a play with a quill.
It's lit. Yeah, that's
someone
right.
reading it and going, man,
Yeah,
this
it's
is lit.
Yeah.
Or that's lit or whatever.
Lit. Yeah.
Is there something in the Enlightenment and getting lit? Voltaire or Rousseau scribbling a fire emoji with a quill. Possibly the smartest dumb idea I've ever had.
Yeah, it is, and which is why it's right up my alley. Because I love any cartoon where it's like Descartes calling someone a cunt. You know, like something.
Old figures, historic literary figures, painters, sculptors,
yeah.
writers. I love it. Putting them in a modern context.
Yeah.
Hence the lit gag. That reminds me, like the drawing of the flame with like a quill or something like that, or a dip pen. I wonder how far back, because effectively hieroglyphics are emojis, right? And I'm sure someone's already done a cartoon about hieroglyphics v emojis. But is there something in that, in the when did it begin? The very first emoji.
Yeah, well, I'd see it as the cavemen, right? Like
I
the
guess it's a
first
cave drawing.
drawings you would
Yeah.
you could say are
Right. Are emojis. It's just they're really elaborate emojis. But they did use, like the mammoth, the spears, you know. And we had that one, my kids' ancestors could have drawn that.
Is there
That was pretty
something
good.
in like the cave drawings and like someone just leaving 3 dots underneath it? Like, you know, like they've read it, like leaving.
There's something in that.
Yeah,
for
leaving
sure.
fag on red. Like
That's great. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, that's pretty good. The 3 dots. Those 3 dots, man.
or is it like the 2 ticks next to it, like on WhatsApp? Like,
Scene.
so maybe that's scene.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. There's something there. Yeah. Because that scene, it became a meme with, I think, Breakfast at Tiffany's. You had, like, Audrey Hepburn.
That's right. I love
With
you.
the
Yeah, scene.
Scene.
Yeah.
That's there's something there. I think that's pretty good.
But so to
the
go
3
back to
dots.
Voltaire and the
Yeah, Enlightenment, scribbling a fire emoji with a quill, because it is a language. It is a language that we've now had to learn and adopt, I guess.
The one thing I've been thinking about as well is how often Voltaire is misattributed to quotes.
Yeah,
I've been trying to think, is there a little kind of angle there, like
yeah. That's not bad. Well, see, remember I had that pitch which was Voltaire saying, "Now don't quote me on this."
that's right, yeah.
But what if someone has been misquoting him, and he just sort of shows up as a ghost? I never said that.
That's
Or
funny.
is there something like
Yeah.
he's constantly having to haunt misattributed quotas everywhere?
Yeah.
That's his like.
Because you don't want to be like. Because there is kind of something in, him coming back, or because you'd hate to be misquoted and be no, I was really racist. No, I was
Yeah. This goes back to the cancelling celebrities thing. Is someone digging up a quote that was like Mark Twain back in in the day, and going, hang on a second, you can't call him that. It's like it was. Come on, it was a different time. No, it has to be by the standards of now. What other great literary figures have to pop up and defend themselves in modern times as a ghost? Voltaire is an interesting one. He gets quoted. He's like,
well, and you and I have had conversations where we've been like, he drank 50 cups of coffee. There's no evidence that happened.
No, it was Balzac who did that.
Yeah.
And even still, Balzac, there was no evidence of it at all.
No.
It was a rumor because he was so prolific or whatever. It was a rumor, and then it just stuck. And rumors stick. So in the Richard Gere sense of the word, it became a rumor that stuck.
Yeah.
It really does. Balzac. I thought we thought it was Voltaire, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, because I think when I was staying in Paris, I was near Voltaire's cafe. Well, we did a joke about Voltaire's cafe.
Now, just quickly before we do the next one, you just got back from Miami.
I did.
Did you see Mr. Worldwide? What was there?
What was it? Oh, well, look, Miami was kind of fun. It was good. But before I went to Miami, I went to a friend's birthday party at a karaoke bar.
Oh, dear.
And we had a little private room. Do you know Planet Rose?
Of course.
Yeah. So
on Avenue B.
And so we were in the Planet Rose. Like, it's just a neighborhood bar that they do karaoke.
To dive, yeah.
And we had our own little private room, like one of the two rooms. It was just for our little ensemble, and we were kind of. The night had just started, and they had like this couch, with a shade, an L-shaped couch, which was right up against the window of, so the window just goes out onto the street,
Avenue B.
just overlooking Avenue B, and it's on street level. It's not overlooking.
Yeah.
But so this woman was at the party, and she was like, "All right, I'm getting this shit going." So she chooses a very good pump up karaoke song.
What, Cotton Eye Joe? What are we talking?
No. It's not a wedding in Fort Lauderdale.
Sorry, my bad.
She chose Mr. Brightside by The Killer. Coming out of my cage.
That's a very popular karaoke
very good,
song.
and everyone's singing along. So she is like right into it, and everyone's kind of singing along, and she jumps up onto the couch and starts bouncing around, and everyone's looking at the screen, and she's kind of behind us providing the soundtrack, and we hear this almighty crash and the singing. So she's gone through the window onto the street.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
She's fine. She was so lucky, dude, because she came through it was a big shop front window.
Yeah.
And
I know the one. I know
it
the
was
exact
really,
spot.
well, you knew it because it's no longer there.
I know the scene of the crime.
And it's very thick glass.
Yeah.
And she went through and thankfully landed out of the way, and then a huge pain sheared down like a guillotine.
Wow.
And there was a footballer in Australia,
That's right.
Anthony Stevens, and the same thing happened and got him, and it nearly took off his ear, and he struck his jugular. He nearly died.
Yeah.
So she
karaoke injuries.
She was so lucky. So I put
That's amazing.
I put this story up on Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
Saying this, and
Oh my god. Was she happy with that?
she landed. Oh, she no, and she got bigger fish to fry. She was fine, by the way. She just cut her hand.
Oh, okay.
My best friend wrote to me and goes, "Oh, yo, did that actually happen? Because I just thought it was a Twitter joke that didn't really land."
Oh, bless.
I was like, "No, it did.
No,
It did happen." But I got the first reply I got to the story was Mr. Brightside, eh? Did she get up and tell everyone that she's doing just fine?
Or is it killing me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The adventures you have in this city. I thought you were going to have some wild Miami story. No, Avenue B.
Avenue B.
Planet Rose.
Yeah.
Great karaoke bar, by the way. Good
Well,
night.
it's
When I say that,
it's a karaoke bar.
it's an end of the night nightcap. Let's get shots and sing songs.
Yeah.
That's the
So
exact
on the
place
way
you go.
out, the barman looked familiar, and it's a friend of mine's cousin. So he ended up buying us shots.
there you
and
go.
we got,
Always
Anyway,
good to have a bartender who wants to buy you rounds.
yeah, it's good.
Next one's from Nicholas Weissman saying, okay, not sure how to draw this, mate. That's my job. Maybe
Wow, little stay in your lane, Nicholas Weissman.
step off. Maybe it's a bit or a sketch. All right, we'll see. A frustrated phone scammer talks a senior citizen through the process of sending him Bitcoin. So, you know, all the scammers. They're trying to untraceable.
It's quite topical with the robocalls at the moment. As well.
Yeah. Did we have a robocalls gag? I can't remember. What was a robocall? Oh, no. I did. Yeah, there was one in Mad. It's going to be, coming up in Mad. I can't say much about it. Robocallers are increasing. I'm getting 5 a day, 5 or 6 a day.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't give my number out. I don't put it up on websites or anything, but
I've started getting robo texts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been
Korean
getting them for years, yeah. But it automatically blocks them. Like the Pixel is pretty good at picking up screening them. It has the screening function. But tons of robocalls, a lot of them in Mandarin and Cantonese.
Yeah, look, I get these. These are texts in
I'm getting those
another language.
And I'm wondering if it's, is it because I signed on to like free Wi-Fi somewhere, or is it, whatever it is. But either way, the robocalls are getting, and there was I think it was a New York Times article saying it's not just you, there are more robocalls happening. And it's because it's really easy to do.
It's a great morning television expose story.
It's not just you.
Yeah.
The robocalls are still coming.
We talked to this dickhead who claims to be an expert. Well, I mean, we've seen a big uplift in this over the last few months. Really? Who are you? I'm one of the 4 scientists.
I'm just going to walk up into my helicopter. So the robocalls thing, the Bitcoin thing in particular, because all the scammers who are doing these scams, they ask you to pay in Bitcoin. And assuming that anyone has a Bitcoin wallet...
Have you ever gotten to that? Because sometimes I fuck around with it.
How do you get there?
Yeah, how do you get to that point?
It's this giant cavernous, just I guess, what would you call it? A void.
Yeah.
A gaping void between the people who have Bitcoin wallets, who actually have Bitcoin, and the scammers the people who fall for phone scammers, which are like the elderly and the well-meaning, like...
This is not a Venn diagram where the circles are closed.
No, there is no... And where it doesn't even... No, not at all.
It doesn't intersect at any point of either
between
circle.
Jupiter and Uranus. There's no crossover at all.
Yeah.
And so trying to talk like a pensioner who's being taken advantage of through... all right, so you log on... No, just... Okay, is it... You don't Google. You just open your browser. Well, don't browse your computer. Hang on. So there's something in the phone scammer thing. I don't know about Bitcoin being like, because Bitcoin, it just drifts in and out of the news all the time. When it spikes, everyone's talking about it. When it drops, everyone's gloriously rubbing their hands, going, "Ha ha, we told you." But it's a cryptocurrency, so it's all over the shop. There's got to be something in Bitcoin and phone scammers.
I just think Bitcoin's too dated as a reference. I haven't heard anyone talk about Bitcoin for 12 months.
Well, it did drop pretty dramatically, and then it's kind of out of the news.
Gone away, yeah.
I bet it'll come back again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's just cyclical, it seems. It just keeps coming back. It is.
I don't mind that as an idea. Nick's right in the thing of like, how do you show that succinctly?
Right.
What if it's like the robocallers are holding seminars, like training days at the local Y,
right,
to train old people on how to? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how old people learn things.
Yeah. How do they? Yeah, I guess it's like on the notice board with the, you know what I mean? Like you've got the.
Yeah, be scammed in 3 easy steps or something. I don't know. It seems a bit like
tear off those little tear off things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something in that, I think. I don't know. This next one is from Isaac Pablo from Melbourne in Victoria. Do you want to read this one? Long-time listener.
Oh, yeah.
First time, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the draft horse idea that we were talking about.
Which is the bad
few
drawing.
Episodes
Yeah.
He's got a couple of variations. Posh person, saddle in hand, ready for a trail ride. Horse preparer saying, sorry, the draft horse isn't quite ready yet. And it's like a pencil outline of the horse rather than... So everything else is inked in. All right.
Is that's
I feel like that's pretty much
exactly
the same joke.
So that's... I don't know what you think a punch-up is, but rewording it is not it.
I feel like there's going to be a punch-up with Isaac. Race caller. So it's around Grand National time. Race caller or jockeys as horses are loaded into the barriers. We're just waiting on the final draft horse. P.S. Sorry.
That's so funny.
Wow. Okay. Thanks,
But
Isaac.
again, Isaac, I think you may have just kind of. It's still the same joke. It's just in a different.
I mean, I think.
And I think I vaguely remember it roundly being shouted down by Jason.
Well, I just didn't know. No, it was because you were like, oh yeah, everything else is beautifully painted like an oil painting. I'm like,
yeah.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
That does sound.
There
like
is something funny though about like a stick figure
Yeah.
in Norman Rockwell. You know what I mean? I always find that funny.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Anything with a classic,
Yeah.
old. All right. Well, look.
What is there something in that of like it's a beautiful like it's there's a painter looking like looking angry in front of the easel, and it's a beautiful just a pastoral scene or something.
Yeah.
And then there's like a crudely drawn spaceship.
Yeah.
And it's like this was the last time Norman let his brother, listen, like his mum, like Norman Rockwell's mum, like, why don't you just include your brother?
That's funny. There's something
Like that kind of.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that could be a funny like little series of like, like when famous people's mothers have said include your little brother.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
So it's like Einstein trying to split the atom, and
There is one that I've
that
been
make sense at all?
trying to work on. It's that idea that I had of the detectives with the chalk outlines, and they're drawn like Keith Haring.
Yes,
drawings.
that was a
We
great
need to
joke.
talk about Keith. I've drawn it up. I'm just trying to get it just right because you need the angle overhead to see the chalk
Yes,
drawing.
yeah.
It could also, though, be Keith Haring as a child, and he's drawn those on the wall in crayon. Like that same Keith Haring, But then again, like it's that I think is more of like a single panel comic strip kind of gag rather than like
your one's way funnier.
I think the Detectives has a better angle. Like
It's way funny. Yeah, no, your original thought was really good.
But like famous artists as kids is there's something in that. There's something there.
or I think it was a Larson where it was Picasso's art teacher coming over
Right.
and saying we need to talk about Pablo's art drawing and all of the these parents' faces were all that famous angular thing.
What if I just had an idea? What if it's Pablo Picasso and it's just that he dropped his glasses and they shattered in all these different angles and then he's just wearing them and that's just what he sees.
Yeah.
He just sees all these shapes out of whack and all like distorted, abstract. And it's like Picasso's glasses and it's just like all the different like weird like funhouse mirror style.
Yes, yeah.
That
Yeah.
could be something. Him just and maybe I don't know if it's him wearing them, like the famous, without the ear, and just wearing them.
Could it be a series of like I like that idea of like they're not geniuses. This is why they saw the world this way.
Yeah.
And it's like
It just happened that I mean
Picasso had weird glasses.
Monet just didn't clean his.
Yeah, Monet's were all blurry. Cataracts.
Yeah, they actually did have cataracts. That's genuinely why. Yeah.
Oh yeah, water
And
lilies.
and the colors as well. The reason for the colors in those paintings are because of his degenerative.
All right, mate.
We didn't all do an art history degree.
Listen, Nanette did this better.
Oh yeah, that's where I
Did you
learned
see
it.
Hannah? I didn't see. So our friend Hannah Gadsby, who's kicking goals, she is autistic. She just found out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, stop the press.
I
mean,
know,
we all
right?
a comedian's autistic, but
I know.
yeah, I think she's always known she's on the spectrum, but she'd never got tested. I think that's what it was.
Right,
She's
right,
finally, yes,
right.
I am, and yeah, that checks out. I know about 50 comedians who are probably on the spectrum.
I'm surprised we're not all on the spectrum. Like when I find
Yeah.
someone that's not on the spectrum, I'm
Right.
like, all right,
Yeah, stop bragging.
all right. Why don't you go and host your game show, you cunt?
He wasn't vaccinated, you see.
Good
All
luck
right.
with the measles.
Good luck with the measles, nerd. I think we've reached the clear conclusion of this episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Please come to the live pod Tuesday night, New York City. It's at Caveat, 9 p.m. Very special guest. Tickets at caveat.nyc.
Get your tickets.
Yeah, get your tickets. We'll see you there.
It's amazing how many of my friends, rich people like New York kind of rich people, can't afford $10.
I got asked today by someone, do you think you could comp me? And I was like, comp you? It's $10. Come on.
You got bigger problems than the show.
We're going to pay our special guest.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we'll see you there. It's only $10, so if you can fork out $10, there's a bar and everything.
I love you all. You should come.
You're all wonderful. We love you very much.
Thank you to all, and thank you to all our suggestors.
Thank you. Please
Can
send
you remember
yours
their
in.
names?
All of them. Nicholas Weissman. I remember the one with the
Isaac.
28.
Isaac Pablo.
Isaac Pablo.
Sounds very made up.
Doesn't it? Tim Mellish. T_Ritz28.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Racing up the T_Ritz charts, can I say? Long way to get to T_Ritz5. I'm going to tell you that, but I think you're heading in the right direction.
Yes, you're all wonderful, and we love you. If we didn't read yours out,
you've disappointed us.
That's Jules, not me.
Listen,
because I have
even for this podcast, this is now indulgent. Which says a lot.
The music. Oh, we're being played out by the music.
We're being played out by ourselves. Bye.
Bye.